There are some secrets you should never share, Northwest, matter how close someone seems. Not because you're paranoid, but because your life could depend on it. Sound dramatic? It's not. In today's world, information is power, and sometimes it's deadly. What you're about to hear could save your life or someone else's. Stay with me until the end. You'll never look at trust the same way again. If you value your safety and knowledge, hit subscribe, comment your thoughts, like, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Let's get into it. Number 1. Never reveal your daily routine to strangers. There's a silent killer hidden in your comfort zone, routine. Waking up at the same time, walking the dog the same route, shopping at the same store every Thursday, it might feel peaceful, even grounding. But the very thing that gives you a sense of control can actually become your biggest vulnerability. Why? Because predictability makes you an easy target. In every city, town, or quiet neighborhood, there are always eyes watching, some innocent, some not. And those not so innocent eyes? They thrive on repetition. They track your steps, your timing, and your habits. Not because they care about you, but because they're planning something that you won't see coming until it's too late. Now imagine this: someone notices you leave your house at exactly 7:10 every morning. They know your route, they know your coffee stop, and they know you're back by 8 o'clock. If they wanted to follow you, intercept you, or break into your home when you're gone, they could. You gave them the script without knowing it. Even your digital presence adds to the threat. Posting that same sunrise walk or check-in at your favorite cafe might seem harmless. But each post is a breadcrumb leading to your exact location and rhythm. And in a world where criminals don't need to be skilled, just observant, that's all the invitation they need. What's more alarming is that most people don't realize they're giving away this intel freely. Chatting about your day-to-day with a new neighbor, an acquaintance at the gym, or someone online who seems friendly, these conversations may seem casual. But predators don't always wear ski masks. Sometimes they smile and nod while storing away everything you say. Your schedule becomes their blueprint. Your trust becomes their opportunity. This number isn't about living in fear. It's about breaking the illusion that we're invisible just because we feel safe. Real safety isn't locking your doors, it's staying a step ahead by being unpredictable. Vary your routines. Don't post your whereabouts in real time. Avoid telling new people when you leave or return. Keep them guessing. Mystery may not be fashionable in the age of social sharing. But it's powerful. When no one knows your pattern, no one can use it against you. In a world where information is currency, protect your daily rhythm like it's gold. Because to the wrong person, it is. Number 2. Never share your travel plans publicly. There's something undeniably exciting about planning a trip. Whether it's a week-long vacation, a weekend getaway, or even a one-day outing, the thrill of escape makes us want to tell everyone. We post countdowns on social media, talk about it in the supermarket line, or casually mention it to a neighbor while watering the lawn. But here's the truth: every time you publicly reveal your travel plans, you're announcing a dangerous invitation. My home will be empty. No one will be here. Come in if you dare. And the wrong person might just take you up on it. You may think your circle is trustworthy. You may believe your online friends are real friends. But the internet doesn't forget, and neither do opportunists. Burglars, scammers, and even violent criminals often look for signs that someone is away. A Facebook post saying off to Miami for the week. Or an Instagram story of packed luggage at the airport tells them everything they need to know. Even people you casually interact with, like a friendly mechanic, a cab driver, or a new neighbor, might not have your best interests at heart. It takes only one wrong person hearing your plans to set a dangerous plot in motion. Worse still, once you're out of town, you've lost control. Even if you have a security system, most break-ins happen in under 10 minutes. And if someone knows you're not coming home until Sunday, they've got all the time in the world. Your belongings, your privacy, even your pets, they're all vulnerable. And it's not just your stuff at risk. If someone knows your whole family is traveling, they might use that information to target your elderly relatives or pretend to be you in a scam. The solution: keep your mouth shut until you return. Share your photos after the trip. Let your vacation be a memory, not a live broadcast. If you must tell someone, make sure it's only those you completely trust, and even then, only if it's necessary. Ask a neighbor to collect your mail or park in your driveway, but don't overshare details. If someone casually asks, heading anywhere soon? A vague answer like maybe later this year is plenty. Travel should be about freedom, not exposure. Let the world wonder where you are, not know exactly when your house will be empty. Because the person waiting to strike won't warn you, they're just waiting for you to tell them when. Number 3. Never disclose financial wins or windfalls. We all dream of a sudden stroke of fortune, a lottery win, an unexpected inheritance, a big business deal paying off. In that moment, it feels like your world just changed, and naturally, you want to share the good news. But before you tell your coworker, post it online, or casually mention it over coffee, stop and ask yourself one thing: do I really know who's listening? Because nothing spreads faster than the scent of money, and to the wrong person, your windfall is a golden opportunity not to celebrate, but to exploit. History is filled with tragic tales of people who came into money and lost their lives soon after. Not because of bad investments, but because someone close to them became consumed by greed. A friend. A distant cousin. A neighbor who suddenly showed too much interest. The sad truth is, when money enters the picture, so does envy, and envy turns into danger when someone believes they deserve what you have more than you do. And once you've spoken about your fortune, you can't take it back. The information is out there, and you have no control over where it goes next. Even small financial changes, selling a property, receiving an insurance payout, or getting a big bonus, can make you a target. People start calculating what you're worth, guessing what's inside your house, or imagining how to get close enough to take a piece. It might start with fake friendships, manipulative sympathy, or innocent-sounding questions. But it doesn't always end there. The wrong person, hearing the right number, might see violence as a shortcut to wealth. The best response? Silence. If something changes in your finances, celebrate quietly. Speak only with your spouse, your legal advisor, or your financial planner. Don't post photos with new cars or jewelry, and don't suddenly change your lifestyle in a flashy way. Stay grounded, stay consistent, and let the world believe nothing has changed. Your privacy is your strongest armor, and when it comes to money, secrecy isn't shame. It's survival, so if fortune smiles on you, smile back, privately. Keep your gains out of gossip, and remember, when it comes to wealth, the most valuable thing isn't what you own. It's who knows that you own it. And if you don't want to be targeted, make sure the answer is no one. Number 4. Don't reveal family conflicts to outsiders. Every family has its problems, arguments, misunderstandings, betrayals, even long-held grudges. It's part of being human. But when those private issues are shared outside your home, they become more than just drama, they become potential weapons. Confiding in someone about your spouse's temper, your child's addiction, or a sibling feud might feel like a release. But the moment you let those secrets slip, you open a door you may never be able to close. And in that doorway could be someone watching, waiting, and ready to use your family's weaknesses against you. You see, predators don't just target your wealth or routine, they target your emotional cracks. If someone knows your marriage is shaky, they may attempt to manipulate you when you're vulnerable. If they hear your son is deep in debt, they might pose as a helper while exploiting the chaos. Even something as simple as admitting that a family member has a criminal past can change how others approach you, with fear, judgment, or worse, with a plan. Suddenly, your home becomes a stage for someone else's motives. Your pain becomes their advantage, and don't be fooled into thinking every sympathetic ear has noble intentions. Some people collect stories not to support you, but to use them. A neighbor who listens closely, a coworker who pries gently, or a distant relative who suddenly reconnects, they might just be gathering information. Your words, your frustration, even your tone can be twisted, exaggerated, or weaponized in ways you never imagined. And once your private matters are out in the open, they can spiral, whispered from person to person until the original truth is drowned in gossip and suspicion. Keeping family issues private doesn't mean burying them. It means being selective. If you need help, seek out a licensed therapist, clergy member, or a close friend who has proven their loyalty over years, not months. Be cautious with new people. Set boundaries in conversations. And always remember, healing happens in protected spaces, not in public view. What goes on inside your home is sacred. It's your circle. Your tribe, your responsibility. The world outside doesn't need to know who argued last night or why someone isn't speaking to whom. Because once they know, they can interfere, judge, or even plot, and not always for your benefit. In a world where private information is traded like currency, guard your family secrets like gold. Because when the wrong person knows the right detail, everything can unravel. Number 5. Never tell people you're home alone. In a world obsessed with sharing every moment, announcing you're home alone may seem harmless. You're relaxing, enjoying quiet, maybe even catching up on hobbies, but that quiet can quickly turn into a nightmare if the wrong person finds out. Saying I'm alone tonight in a phone call, social media post, or casual chat with someone you barely know might feel innocent. But to a predator, that single sentence is an open invitation, an announcement that you're vulnerable, unprotected, and easy to approach without resistance. Most crimes aren't spontaneous. They're planned. And those plans often begin with a simple piece of intel: you're by yourself. Whether it's a home invasion, stalking, or a violent assault, the majority of these acts happen not in chaos, but in opportunity. And nothing gives more opportunity than knowing there won't be anyone there to stop them. Your safety depends on the assumption that someone might be watching, someone might intervene. Take that assumption away, and you make yourself a prime target. Think about it. You're chatting on the phone at the grocery store and casually mention to a friend, "I'm just going back to an empty house." Who's standing behind you? Who overheard that? Or you post a story on Instagram, "Finally, a night to myself," with a cozy photo of your living room. To friends, it's peaceful. To someone dangerous, it's a green light. Criminals don't need your address, they need your habits. And that one detail, being alone, is often enough to embolden them. And don't assume just because your neighborhood feels safe or your doors are locked that you're immune. Crime doesn't respect zip codes. It respects opportunity. And being alone strips away your first layer of defense, the fear of witnesses. Even people you think you trust can turn if they know you're alone and unprotected. That childhood friend you reconnected with, the neighbor who's suddenly too curious, or the stranger you recently met online, any one of them can use that knowledge in a way you never imagined. So, protect your presence. Let people assume someone is always home. Speak as if your house is never empty, even if it is. Say things like "we're having a quiet night" or "we're just watching a movie," never "I'm alone." Keep the curtains drawn, the porch light on, and noise in the background. Safety isn't about paranoia, it's about preparation. In this world, what you say casually can decide your fate. So never hand danger an invitation with your words. Number 6. Never reveal personal security details. In the digital age, we often overlook just how valuable small details can be, especially when it comes to security. Maybe you mention the make and model of your security system in a Facebook post, or you tell a friendly neighbor about where you hide the spare key. It feels like nothing, just casual conversation. But when it comes to personal safety, even the smallest leak can turn into a flood of danger. Revealing your home's security details, even to people who seem trustworthy, could make the difference between peace and tragedy. Think about how many times you've heard someone say, "Don't worry, we have cameras," or "We just installed a new system." It's top of the line. They say it to feel secure, to show they're protected. But what they're really doing is broadcasting exactly how they can be bypassed. Criminals don't just act blindly anymore, they do research. They gather data from casual conversations, online posts, overheard chats, and sometimes, from the people you trust most. If someone knows where your security cameras are aimed, or which door doesn't always lock right, or that you've got an old alarm system, they can work around it. That knowledge turns your protection into a weakness. Even more dangerous is revealing patterns. We never set the alarm during the day, or I usually forget to lock the back door after letting the dog out. These confessions feel innocent, maybe even humorous. But to the wrong person, they're instructions. You've just told them the easiest way in. This also applies to your digital life. Telling someone your Wi-Fi password, or the type of system you use for remote monitoring, can give hackers an opening. Once they're in your network, they can disable cameras, unlock smart locks, and even listen to conversations. And if they know your routines, your contacts, and your entry points, well, then you're not just exposed. You're inviting disaster, so here's what you do: say less. Keep your home's vulnerabilities private. Don't boast about your system, and don't complain about its flaws to just anyone. Don't reveal where your weapons are, where your kids sleep, or where your safe is. If you must talk about your security, speak only to professionals. Let your protection be your secret weapon, silent, unseen, and unpredictable. Remember, security isn't just what you install. It's what you conceal. And in a world full of watchers, silence is stronger than steel. Number 7. Never expose your routine to strangers. In life, we often find comfort in routine. We wake up, go for our morning walk, drop the kids off, stop by the same coffee shop, return home, and lock the door at the same time every evening. It's comforting, it feels safe, but to someone watching, it's a predictable pattern. And predictability is the most dangerous thing you can offer a predator. Once someone knows your rhythm, they don't need to guess. They don't need to plan around chance. They know when you're gone, when you're vulnerable, when you're isolated. And when your safety becomes a schedule, you become a target. Criminals, stalkers, and opportunists don't always strike randomly. They wait, they watch, and they learn. If they notice you walk your dog at 6:30 a.m. sharp every day, they know when your house is empty. If you leave for work at 8 and return at 5, they know your home is unattended. If you mention that every Friday you go grocery shopping right after your fitness class, someone now has a detailed window of time to act. All from a routine you never thought twice about sharing. This is the trap of modern life. We trade our unpredictability for convenience, and sometimes, it costs more than we expect. Even more dangerous is the way we unintentionally advertise our habits. A daily Snapchat with your breakfast routine, a check-in at your gym, or a casual chat at the salon about your errands, each of these can add a piece to the puzzle. Strangers online and offline begin to know where you are, where you'll be, and crucially, when you won't be somewhere you should, like home. When your life becomes a public schedule, you become a forecasted opportunity. The solution is simple, yet vital: stay unpredictable. Vary your routes. Change your timing. Avoid repetitive patterns that make your day easy to map. Don't post your location in real time. Don't tell people, especially new acquaintances, your daily movements. Speak in general terms, and avoid specifics. The fewer people who know your schedule, the safer you are. Your life is your own. Your movements are not for public consumption. And your safety lies in being one step ahead, by being less visible, less predictable, and more cautious about what you share. In a world that's always watching, your power is in what you withhold. Because if no one can track your steps, no one can plan your fall. Conclusion. In a world where danger often hides behind a familiar face or a friendly smile, silence can be your greatest shield. These 7 secrets aren't just tips, they're tools for survival. What you reveal, and to whom, can decide your fate. So guard your life like a treasure, because once a secret leaves your lips, you can't take it back. Stay private. Stay unpredictable. Stay alive. Your safety begins with what you choose to keep to yourself. If even one of these numbers made you stop and think, then this video did its job. Now it's your turn. Comment below with which secret hit you hardest, or share a time when staying silent protected you. Your story might be the reason someone else stays alive. And if you found value here, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Let's create a community that watches out for each other. Don't scroll past, drop your thoughts below. We're listening. And your voice could save a life.